Really, the big story today is going to be the intelligence briefing that Donald Trump gets, just as President Obama got yesterday, on the results of the Russian hack of the United States election. The Democratic National Committee, John Podesta's emails yesterday at a hearing with John McCain, chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee. James Clapper, among others, testified that their conviction was resolute, that Russia was responsible for this election hack. They also responded to the suggestions that the president-elect has made about political motivation by the intelligence community, lack of competence by the intelligence community. James Clapper, who's due to retire, the director of national intelligence, said there's a difference between skepticism, which is healthy, and disparagement. And when President-elect Trump gets that briefing today, his reaction afterwards is going to be a strong influence on whether or not we've got chaos in the national security community, open conflict between the president and the intelligence officials serving him, or we don't.
Is there a way for him to thread that needle, which is to say, he said one thing on Wednesday, which was relatively complimentary of the intelligence services, and
relatively,
and then yesterday was sort of back at it.
Well, yes, last night he was back at it, suggesting that there was politics and a leak to NBC News about the briefing that President Obama got yesterday. He suggested that there was a competence failure because some servers were not examined by the DNC, and he concluded with what is going on. Now, in terms of threading the needle, one way you thread the needle is by layering on more people who are acceptable to the national security establishment. And yesterday, the president-elect settled on Dan Coats, former senator from Indiana, widely respected in both parties. That's going to be seen as a very reassuring choice by the national security community, many of whom are uneasy with Mike Flynn, who's the choice for national security advisor.
Do you see any hypocrisy or disingenuousness in terms of the left's reaction to Trump's taking down of the intelligence agencies in light of what we heard about Jim Comey after the second email investigation? I mean, what is on the left, what is the current thinking of James Comey? How would you characterize him? As a decent public servant that has integrity?
I would characterize it. Are you talking about me or the left?
I'm talking about the left.
He's come in for a ton of
Comey in the
criticism.
The last I heard from Harry Reid and others about Comey and the FBI, totally politicized, totally conflicted, totally tried to skew the election. All these agents in the FBI had it out for Hillary Clinton. No integrity whatsoever. So I just don't remember the backlash and the ire that, oh my God,
how dare you
how can you say that about our pristine intelligence agency? And now it's like the same people are like, oh my God, to even question that there's motivations, political motivations at the CIA. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I understand where you're
No one's bringing that up. No one's mentioning that.
Fair enough. But I think it's first of all, Comey is in a slightly different category from the intel community. Although he is going to be he is part of it. But he is going to be briefing the president-elect today. But I think when you have a chief executive of the United States, the commander-in-chief, openly mocking the people who are going to be foundational to his own national security efforts, I think that's a real challenge. He can't fire all of them.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.